Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Sorry for the kind of late start. I literally was watching Law and Order, and I'm like, oh God, I have to go live here. But shout out to everybody that's here now, and all the people who watched yesterday. I did kind of had to cut everything a little short yesterday because my computer went from. If you understand the StreamYard, not StreamYard, if you understand the studio, YouTube Studio, it'll tell you what you're connecting out at. And I had an excellent connection, and then all of a sudden, like literally all of a sudden, it said bad. It went from green to yellow to red, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get off here before everything shuts down because that's happened before. So I went back into Streamlabs. I'm sorry, and I pushed the bit rate to 9,500. So hopefully this will keep it at the normal speed. I'm just trying to keep everything at normal speed. So what I want to do today is simply finish up what I was talking about yesterday. And this is Sunday, so you all can go ham in the chat. If you have any more questions, that's fine. People were asking pretty good questions yesterday. I want to simply add that my question for you guys this morning is just a general discussion question. Is do I think Xbox fans will evaluate who they listen to online going forward? Because what I am seeing is that they're doing that. That doesn't mean they're going to change, but it does mean that they are willing to say, hey, look, what this guy or gal, whoever was telling me was wrong. It was wrong. So now whether they have to determine whether these guys were misleading them on purpose, because again, if these guys are going to turn around and say, well, we knew this all along. If they're actually saying this to them, if these women are out here saying, I knew they were going to do this the whole time. Again, if that's what they're saying, and I said if that's what they're saying, that means that they purposely misled you all. That if they're going to claim they knew Microsoft was going to do this all the time, which again, shout out to Porter Rock. He did a video, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, and I was listening to it, and he pulled receipts on a lot of people. Jay Fonz literally saying that the people in the PlayStation community had a listening problem when clearly, and again, Jay Fonz has me blocked. Thank God, because if he didn't, I would be eating his ass out like right now. But again, I don't. The problem was never the people who actually game. The problem was the people within the Xbox community. Who else has me blocked? I want to make sure I make this clear. I'm glad these guys had me blocked. So of course, BitCloud has me blocked. I just mentioned Jay Fonz. Brap, I didn't know that. Brap has me blocked. D-Batch has me blocked. So all these people have one thing in common. That is that at some point in time, they've said a bunch of bullshit. So, and I called them out on it. And of course, they go in full BS mode. They are who they are. So at the end of the day, it's good to block people because it literally does help your mental health. All right, these guys are stupid. So we now know that Jay Fonz didn't know what he was talking about. And again, I used to podcast on 60 Frames of Lag. Jay Fonz was one of the he was always there. He's one of the panelists, and that dude is totally changed. I mean, he is totally changed. At the end of the day, what they're now saying is that Sony is going to help fund Microsoft's games. But if Microsoft was going to put those games out for you to consume on your PlayStation, you're actually helping fund the games that you're playing. It's just like I said, it is pure clown world over there, and just clown world. So they're saying, well, we still have Game Pass. We don't pay for anything. Yet they pay for Game Pass every month. So in 3 months, they pay $60+ $60 for something that they could own for $9 more. And so by the 4th month, they are now indebted. They have them indebted. And this is if Game Pass only stays where it is price-wise. My understanding of it's going to go up at least 2 or 3 more times. Because they have to get it to about $34 to $39.99 for it to make a profit. So, I mean, the profit margins that they want on it. So, Scott does said D does. That's a surprise. Yeah, D Batch used to be on what was the name of that podcast with Dealer Gaming and Colt Eastwood? I forgot RDX, and they were just it was lie. It was like who could tell the best lie. Dealer would say something and lie about it. Colt would say something that wasn't true. Then D would follow up with it. So, have I seen D with his material that he does doing? He's doing different things now. The answer to that is yes. He absolutely has done. I'm not gonna say a 180, but he has opened his eyes. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. So, Elnini says they got to keep those Patreon memberships. Again, I don't care who you listen to. Just make sure you listen, like George Michael said, rest in peace. Listen with prejudice, meaning that be very discerning who you're listening to, and understand that the people who do this for a living, they have an actual reason to not be honest with you. You had Marlon Gaming Nation saying that Microsoft wasn't going to do what they're doing now, only for him to now say, oh, well, this makes sense now. Microsoft doesn't care. I mean, again, he was literally just saying over a year ago that they weren't going to do it. Same with Jez Gordon. Jez Gordon just did a video with Randall Thor where he just finally said, I've accepted this. This is what they're doing, and I don't care as long as I have Game Pass. Which, again, this is why I said before, the Xbox community overall speaks the language of the poor gamer. That's just who they are. And we all got to be who we are. It's okay. I'm not making fun of people that are less fortunate. But overall, they think because it's best for them, that they think, well, let me say the problem that I see is that they think because Microsoft is doing this, that everybody should do this. And they're like, okay, Microsoft had to do this to try to, because you all weren't, they didn't have a big enough group of people purchasing their games. They didn't. So they went ahead and they did what they did exactly what they needed to do, which is create a subscription service. But that subscription service, you all were supposed to actually physically buy the games. Okay, you were supposed to play the game, try it out, and then you were going to go ahead and after you tried it out, you were supposed to buy the game. And because they kept putting, so similar to what Jim Ryan did with Sony, Sony's Game Pass is their ultimate sign up. It's $19.99 a month. You get demos, and if you play the demo for 2 hours, and if you like it, you can buy the game. And they usually give you a discount. That's how I bought Cyberpunk. Or I was not going to buy Cyberpunk because, hell, it's called Cyberpunk, right? And so once I did the 2-hour demo, and I got everything set up, and I was actually starting to learn how to play the game. Right when I started to really learn how to play the game and kind of started enjoying what was going on, it literally pops up. It popped up and says your demo time is ending to continue this game, which is saved, so you can continue the save game that you're on. You were supposed to be able to buy it from that point, and then and that's exactly what I did. And I also did it for that one game. I can't think of the name of it. It's a game that was at 30 frames per second, and then the pro got it close to 60. It's one of those games. Dragon's Dogma. Dragon Dogma. Yeah, that's what it was. I did the same thing on Dragon's Dogma, and I didn't like it because your character didn't talk. I'm like, wait a minute, how come my character's not talking? They talk in Dragon Age. They talked in Mass Effect. Do you mean to tell me you can't get this guy to talk? So, all right. So I decided not to buy that game. So, and what I truly believe Xbox is going to do, because I want to really talk about the future, is I think they're going to do something similar to that where they say, okay, we're going to knock you out of Game Pass. We'll let you play a game for 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours, but that's it. After the 3 hours is up, you are going to have to make a decision to purchase the game or not. So, and we'll have to wait and see. So, we'll definitely have to wait and see. Said D certainly has done a 90-degree switch. You're not even a pony kind of guy. You just report on the news and some. Yeah, everybody left. I left I left the PlayStation Nation, and so did like Sick Humor and stuff like that. If you want to listen, I want to make sure I get this to you guys. If you want to listen to people who are still console warring and they look at it through the eyes of PlayStation Nation, just listen to J Tech TV. I mean, seriously, that's nothing against him. That's who he is. That's his lane. And he's still console warring, even though he literally is out here saying the console war is over. All right, now you got to talk about something else. And he's still trying to console war. And again, the people who are getting paid through you guys, they're doing this full time, I should say. Those people, they're the ones talking about subscription services and things like, well, okay, it's that's fine. You know, I have Amazon Prime and I have Disney Plus with Hulu and ESPN, and you know, I've got Peacock. I've got my subscription to HBO. I've got it. I've got subscription services too, but it's not a fight because they all offer different things. If I want to watch the Penguin show with Colin Farrell, I have to have Max. If I want to watch the Avengers Endgame, Disney. If I want to watch NBC shows next day, okay, Peacock. So they each have different things. So Francisco's in the house, says good morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Did P-Rock pull the receipts on D-Batch? Well, I mean, yeah, okay, fine. That's fine. I mean, he pulled them out on a lot of people yesterday. Colt Eastwood, D-Batch, Jay Fonz. I mean, he was pulling them. All right, that's why they call him the king of receipts. Because again, that was just the beginning. There's other people with more that have more stuff that they're sitting on. Because what they're wanting these guys to do, and I do agree with the quote-unquote Xbox people that say, well, why did the PlayStation guys say that Xbox had no games and it was trash? Only for Xbox to put games over there for them, and then they start buying them. Okay, so you look at their first four: Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, the Honey I Shrunk the Kids game, and Sea of Thieves. Why did those games sell well? Because the goal was to get to Forza. The goal, again, because they played chess. The Xbox community doesn't understand that. Yeah, they do. I'm telling people, I am really trying to help the Xbox community out here so that they just leave this shit alone. I play on a PlayStation. However, I had an Xbox. I had the original Xbox. I had the Xbox One. I had the Xbox, whatever it was called, the one after that, the one nobody wanted. And then I had the Xbox One S and X. Shout out to J-Dub for getting me the X. And then I bought the Xbox One Series X. Okay, let me tell you this right now. The best games on Xbox, and this is it. Xbox used to do deals. So Xbox did money had it deals for Mass Effect 1. They did a money hat for Jade Empire. Those are two of the best games you can play on Xbox. Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Now that's all BioWare stuff. That's BioWare. They were really close to BioWare because remember, BioWare wanted Microsoft to purchase them. But the games that are going to sell the best on the PlayStation is going to be the Forza Horizon game. And it costs $70. You're not getting no discount. And the DLC, it's not going to just come with the DLC. They're going to charge you for that. So Forza will sell well because there's nothing like it on the PlayStation. There is no arcade style racer on PlayStation. Now they're getting one. So they're excited about that, as they should be. They're not getting one. They're getting one of the best open world games ever. It's you talk to the people that play them, way better than the crew. You have the crew. And the crew isn't bad, okay? But it's not bad. Do I think they should bring back MotorStorm? Yes, I do. Because they need to have their own. And maybe if they see people buying Forza Horizon, maybe they'll say, yeah, we do need to come out with a competitor to this. But the game that is going to sell the best, and I keep saying, is Gears of War. Gears of War is still the first three Gears of War. You can argue on the fourth and fifth. Fair enough. And Gears Judgment. the Gears of War is one of the best games you're ever gonna play, and I believe it was on some of the first Unreal Engine technologies. Now, what is Microsoft gonna do with that money? They're going to use that money. They're going to use that money to do Unreal Tournament. If you again another online game that will be coming to PlayStation. This is Elder Scrolls. Is that what it's called? The whatever it's called. That game is always online. The Skyrim Oblivion thing, whatever it's called, Elder Scrolls 6 or 7. That's going to be on PlayStation. So again, I want to make this clear to the people who keep attacking Jim Ryan that are in quote unquote PlayStation Nation, because I'm sick and tired of them lying. Jim Ryan knew. He knew about Project Latitude. So there's no reason for him not to push into live service, because Microsoft was bringing all their games to us. You know, like in the first Avengers movie when Tony Stark said, "Tell Banner to suit up, I'm bringing the party to him." So so you can go ahead and say, okay, we're going to take a risk going into live service, because they already knew they were getting Gears. They knew they were getting it. They knew they were getting Gears. They knew they were getting Halo. And Halo, again, there is a scene in Halo, the very first Halo game, when a Covenant dropship comes in and you're up on the mountains in that dune buggy, whatever you want to call it. They absolutely, this is one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a video game. I didn't think they could do that stuff in video games, and I saw it on Halo. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm looking at. Like the colors, the purples, the greens, the blues, nothing like that had ever been out before. So that will sell well. And again, because guys like Colt Eastwood and Jay Fonz and Jez Gordon and all these other Xbox podcasters won't shut their damn mouths and just go ahead and bend over, because Sony told them to lay on their stomach so that they could go ahead and enjoy their cheeks. Instead of them just shutting up, they keep running their mouths. So now the next step is to show themselves, and I'm telling you what's going to happen next, playing those games, telling you all to shut up. That's what's going to happen. If they would just shut up and be done with it and just play the games, that's it. There's nothing more to talk about. But either they lied to their audiences, because they literally are running around saying online, they are literally saying, well, we knew Microsoft was going to do this. Okay, then why were you lying about this 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago? So Scott said he left after the red rings of death. Yeah, I actually got the red ring of death on a Friday night. Grand Theft Auto 4 was coming out Tuesday night or Monday night. I forgot how that launched. I think we can pick it up Monday night at midnight. So I had to go. I had to call Xbox to get the box to send it back. And then I had to go to GameStop and just get a totally new one. And I got a used one for like $149.99, and went home and just didn't turn. I turned it on to set it back up again, and then I went ahead and had to wait on Monday night. So, did I see Kid Smooth's new Halo Gears? No, I did not. Well, Kid Smooth's being honest when he looks at the camera and he says that we want Spider-Man on Xbox. I literally have always believed that Spider-Man being exclusive on PlayStation is what broke the back of the Xbox community last generation. That broke them. And so that did something to them. I don't know what it is, but they are screaming. That's why Boomstick said Spider-Man's going to come. They want that game. It is. They're getting desperate at this point. They're like, they do not understand, but Spider-Man is universally loved, and that it should be on all platforms. But here's what they continue to leave out. Marvel Games approached Microsoft first about making some games, and Microsoft said no. That's the truth. And so they went to Sony, and Sony they got in touch with Sean Layton, and Sean Layton said, Sean Layton didn't even offer it. Sean Layton didn't say one of his first party studios, which he had like 15 or 16. He said, I recommend Insomniac Games. So now Marvel Games, Sony, SIE, and Insomniac all sit together and they hash out what they're going to do. And Insomniac and Sean Layton says, okay, build Marvel Games a demo so that they can kind of see what you're talking about. And that's what they did. That's what they did. And because Sony made this introduction and Insomniac built a kick-ass demo for Marvel Games was very impressed. So Sony said, okay, we want to publish the game on PlayStation. That's what they said, on PlayStation. If Marvel Games wanted to go back to, Marvel Games could have went back to Microsoft, but Microsoft turned them down already. Microsoft said no. So that allows Sony to now go up a little bit higher and say, we actually want to publish it directly to our platform and for it to be like the Resistance games and like Insomniac did with Sunset Overdrive. You know, we published those games and you allow Microsoft to publish that game on Xbox and it's not on PlayStation. This is we did with Resistance. Well, we want the same thing with Spider-Man. The difference was that it was a third entity sitting at the table, Marvel Games. So Marvel Games came back and said, well, and we will allow this for this game, but we need you all to sell anywhere from 14 to 18 million. And Layton reported back, oh no, they've sold over 32 to 38 million of the original Spider-Man for 2018. So, and then Insomniac enjoyed working with Sony so much that when Layton approached them about a possible purchase, they jumped at it. I mean, they didn't even have to really think about it. Allegedly, the streets are saying that Insomniac didn't really have to think about it. It was a no-brainer. They literally went to their president. They said, hey, look, Sony decides to join SIE. And he's like, yep, let's do it. Let's do it. So, Ben Solo said, boo-hoo, the witch is dead. No. So there's tons of arcade racers, but none that are first party, Corey. And Forza is better than Need for Speed and Dirt. It doesn't mean those games are good too, but Forza is the better quality game. It just is. But there's nothing wrong with Dirt. So I'm a Rich Swag Lord says J-Tech's the last of the Mohicans. Yeah, I know, he is. So, but again, this is up to, I keep on saying to you guys, you all need to challenge the people that you're listening to. It's okay to challenge the content creator. Like, all right, you say to J-Tech, you were saying the console war is over. Why the hell you keep talking about it? So, you know, again, isn't that a legitimate question? Shit, I'd ask him that. You know, I would. So, we're sponsored on PlayStation Store to get a huge splash screen, making people wear. Oh no! I didn't say they didn't have the games. They just don't have nothing like for. Again, you could. Dirt is maybe Dirt and the Crew is kind of the closest thing to it. Just has to have the same quality. This has the racing sims. You got the Arceta Corsa, whatever it's called. You got Gran Turismo. You got Project Cars. You have Forza Motorsports. Those are the 4 best sim racing driving games. Project Gotham wasn't like that. So it wasn't. So yeah, Sega. So you woke up so happy Xbox is dead along with Red Ring of Death. Well, what Xbox is going to do for its next generation is they're just going to license out the name Xbox to whoever wants to build some type of modular platform. And yeah, it will be able to play PlayStation games. So it will be kind of a combo like the Steam Deck. You'll just have it there on the device called Xbox. So then they will be able to run around like bitch-made clowns and be like, well, now look at us. We have an Xbox now. We can play Spider-Man. But again, Sony's not going to care because you have to purchase the game. So that's all Sony wants you to do. You're going to purchase the game at whatever price they say. If they say, okay, we're participating in this, you're going to pay $59.99 to play Spider-Man from 2018, guess what? You're going to pay the $59.99. The Silverback said they choose to listen to liars, and if the liars tell the truth, they get torched. Yeah, because people want to be lied to. Shout out to the late, great Kevin Samuels, who would always play the song Sweet Lies, because people would just rather be lied to. You know, it's unfortunate. So, what is the future going to look like? Well, you're starting to see it. So, Microsoft, they're not just going to put one game or two games or three games or four games. We all now see, I mean, how many? We were up to what? Like 12 games with Doom, Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones, Elder Scrolls. Oh man, what else are they going to have? Stalker 2, Forza. We know there's a quote rumor. Again, rumor that Gears of War and Halo are coming. Again, it's a rumor, but it's still out there. But fair enough. It's a rumor. It's not real. It's not true until the studio says it's true. Fair enough. So, so their games are coming, and they're all coming. It's not going to be close. They're all going to come over because Satya Nadella, Amy the Hood, and Bon Sarah Bond, that's what they want. That's what they want. That's why Phil Spencer was clearly agitated when Dustin Legary said that, you know, can you say that Starfield's not coming over? Because that's their baby. Everybody thinks, see like the old heads on the Xbox, listen to me very carefully here. The old heads on the Xbox will tell you that Gears of War and Halo is theirs, and that's their baby. But the new baby in town, Starfield. Made no mistake about it, it's Starfield. And once Starfield comes over, which they're going to announce that pretty soon, and it'll just be in your store to be on your wish list. Just like I put my wish list down for Forza, right? So when that happens, you're going to see them go crazy. They made no mistake about it. They're going to go. They're losing it now, but once Starfield hits, and Starfield is going to be 60 frames per second, and which it is on Xbox right now. And I heard Eval is going to have. Shout out to Lono. Want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. I was listening to him the other day, and he said according to the people who are playing Eval, it has a performance mode. So maybe we get an open frame mode or something like that. Again, this for the people who are buying it. I think that's a good thing. I'm not going to buy Avowed, even though Avowed will be on PlayStation. The games I'm going to buy for Xbox, I'll just let you know. I'm going to buy the Master Chief Collection. I'm going to buy Forza. The Forza game is coming out, Horizon. I'm going to buy Gears. I'm going to more than likely buy Doom. I'm buying Indiana Jones. I probably not on the, what's the name of that? The Elder Scrolls game. Probably not going to buy that. Microsoft Flight Sim, when it comes, I'm buying that. So I'm buying at least 6, and then of course that doesn't include Assassin's Creed, MLB The Show. Just why don't you just go ahead and put Poe next to my name? P-O. Can't afford the O and the R. Poe. But I'll have a lot of entertainment. So right now I'm playing this Dragon Age, and my PlayStation, it keeps crashing my PlayStation. So I play it for maybe 30 to 45 minutes, and it crashes. So it is what it is. So when Forza drops on PS, yeah, that's fine. Just let me know. Satya Dollar Bill, now you talking. Yeah. I mean, I want to party up now with Helldivers 2, but nobody wants to play. So, and it's not like I don't like playing that game, because I like killing that big green squishy bug. So, it is what it is. What's up, Plus Ultra? How you doing? Corey said he had the red ring. Yeah, I think a lot of, because the fail rate was so bad, they damn near had to have they were going to have a class action lawsuit. But then they said, well, we'll fix it all for free. So then the government said, all right, well, you're going to fix it for free. We won't sue your ass. So, and they did. They fixed mine. It took it. They got it. I remember I mailed it off from a UPS store. They got it 3 days later because they send you that email. And then about 7 days after that, they sent it back. Now, what I did was I the one that they sent back to me, I transferred everything into that one. And then the one I got at GameStop, I just took back up there and they gave me a whopping $92 for it. So that's still remember that. I'm like, $92, man, this is terrible. So Karen says the rumors are getting very accurate these days. Well, I'll say this: the people that are leaking this, they do make sure you get the likes up, people. Come on now, that's free. The likes are free. Just come in, make sure you hit the like button. That's all I'm asking. Not a big deal. Yeah, I think you can honestly say that they come from reliable leakers. If you can be a reliable leaker, you see what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? So I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Beyond Plus, PS Plus Plus. I don't know. Oh, the fail rate for the PlayStation or for the Xbox 360 was like 67%. Yeah, like I said, it almost, the government was going to sue Microsoft for putting that product out because it was failing so high. But that's why they fixed it for free. People are like, well, Microsoft is so pro consumer. They fixed that for free. It's like, no, bitch. They were going to get sued by the United States Department of Justice, so they said we were going to fix it for free, and they did it. Yeah, I was one of them. Got the red ring, and again, my 360 was the hardest thing I ever took into GameStop to trade back in to get the PS4 because I didn't know the PS. I literally went to it was called a place called Children's Palace, no longer exists. When the PS, and I actually walked into Children's Palace. And I'm like, well, let me just see if Children's Palace has one. I walked in, and they had one. They had it right there. They had it right there. And I said, is that a mock-up? And he said, no, we have those. And he said, because I've seen them in the back. I said, how many do you have? And he said, we have 19. I'm like, oh, well, let me get one, you know. So... And I forgot the first game I played on it. Killzone. Yeah, Killzone 4, which looked beautiful, by the way. It was one of the best looking games I'd ever seen it by at that time. Didn't play well. Or maybe I just didn't play it right. So Marcus Grant's waiting to see when Halo comes. I think that gets announced here by a lot of people are gonna be at that Microsoft show in June. I think a lot of this gets announced in June. I think you'll see Killer Instinct, Starfield, and Microsoft Flight Sim announced, by end of summer. Oh, if you don't know, the Groundhog saw its shadow. I don't know how they know it saw its shadow. So it's supposed to be 6 more weeks of winter, but that's exactly how much we have anyway. Winter pretty much ends in mid-March, and we're 6 weeks away from mid-March. So, but yeah, I'll be buying. Like I said, I'm buying the Halo Master Chief Collection. I'm gonna buy the Marcus Phoenix collection. I'm buying Forza, and that's what I'm buying. Now, if they announce Killer Instinct, I'm not gonna buy. Flight Sim, I'm buying, especially if it has support with VR. I'm definitely gonna buy that. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. PlayStation, that's the whole thing. PlayStation is supplementing what they have, and I have all these games on my backlog. So. I still have to play Stellar Blade. So I played maybe 2 hours of Stellar Blade. So I got to play that. I still have to play God of War Ragnarok. I played that for maybe 45 minutes. So it is what it is. So, but that's our future. I believe the future is going to be, I think, and I agree with Broken Games HD on this. He did a video a couple days ago. Shout out to BG. Sony, I think, is going to put some games on the Nintendo Switch. I'm talking about they have Lego Aloy over there. I think they're going to put Ratchet and Clank over, and they're going to put Astro Bot. I think those games will go over to the Nintendo Switch. And maybe a game like Returnal. I don't know if Returnal's on Switch now, but something like that in Japan, they would probably like something like Returnal. Because again, it's something they can just play on the go. Something they can play on the go. And if you go on YouTube or Twitch or wherever and you type in, Kick, Rumble, whatever, you type in Japanese walking in Japan, walking in Tokyo, you'll see it for yourself. everything is LED. Everything is free. The videos are in 4K or 1440p, and everybody is walking around either on a cell phone or some type of device where they're playing games. Also, MLB is MLB the Show on the Switch. See, I think MLB because in Japan, baseball is popular. That's where we get Ichiro Suzuki from, and and the other guy they called Godzilla, and they're from Japan, and Japan's baseball is very popular. They selling out. They sell out. So God does says Sony kept their agreement worth Marvel games, and the games have sold well enough to keep. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what's happened. Is that Marvel sets the term of how many games has to sell on that PlayStation platform, and so far, the PlayStation platform has delivered, and Marvel Games is happy. That's why they gave them Wolverine. They're like, oh, okay, what else you want to make? Well, we want to make Wolverine. Okay, well, all right, go ahead and do it. Said he gets winter sometimes in April here in Cincinnati. Yeah, I know. I'm right down the street from Cincinnati. So yeah, I know. I mean, it's bad. It gets bad. I'll be up in Cincinnati to watch some Reds games though. Definitely. Astrobot is basically required to go. Yeah, so don't be shocked if you see that happen. All right, it's already been out on PlayStation for a long time. It's sold over 1 million in one game of the year. They literally got up on the stage and thanked Nintendo and Mario for helping inspire them to make Astrobot. So again, you can bet I would bet you bullishly like over $100, and the Astrobot goes over, and I believe they can put Ratchet and Clank over there. Maybe not the newest one because of the SSD, but they can put the older ones over there, don't you think? I think they would sell okay. So Sony's not going to do it. Well, we'll see. We will see. We're going to find out. We won't see. You don't think Astro will go? I think you gotta understand Sony and Nintendo are working more together now. Sony's making is producing the Zelda movie for Nintendo. So I'm sure if you had said 5 or 7 years ago, oh, Nintendo's gonna make a Zelda movie and Sony's gonna produce it, well, I'm sure you would have said no to that. So you don't know about that those games. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see. But again, I mean, those games are old. I mean, Ratchet and Clank, the old Ratchet and Clank games are just sitting around. You got to understand it's about moving IP, and then you have to move IP into a group that doesn't have it, and Nintendo stuff makes sense. Makes sense. Okay? So, not that they're going to do day and date with Nintendo. I'm not saying that. Don't put words in my mouth. Didn't say they were going to do day and date. They're just going to take some of the old games and do it. Yeah, Lego was in charge. But it just makes more sense to do it. So, but it's okay to believe that they're not. This is the way things are trending. This is the trend. So Sony, and again, we're going to find out more on is it February 9th or 10th? Yeah, February 9th or 10th, because Sony's having their earnings call. So we'll see what they did over, and what their outlook is for the year. See what we got. See what we got going on. So you don't think Sony's going to do that either, Horizon? Oh, I read that one. Everybody said it's not going to happen. They're not going to publish any games on the Nintendo Switch. Well, we'll have to wait and see. We will find out. We're going to find out pretty soon. So I wanted to talk to you all about the future, and that's what I see Sony doing. I saw the rumor where they, quote, canceled, or they're not going to put Demon Souls or Dark Souls, whatever Souls game they have. They're not going to put that on PC, allegedly. And they're not. It was another game that they were going to do that they're not. A Gran Turismo, which is crazy because their VR headset they modulated it so that you could play it on PC. I was like, great day in the morning. I can't believe they did that. So, but they did it. So, now do I think Sony's going to quit on the PC? No. The reason why is because Sony just put out a brand new monitor, a PC monitor. So why would they? What they want you to do is buy their monitors to play the Sony game. Here, let me see if I can find that monitor. Because I'm looking for a new monitor. Yeah, let's see here. PC monitor. The End Zone. I think it's the 1080p one. HDMI 2.1. Not have the easy. It's got everything: compatibility, speed, picture quality, HDR. Set local dimming to high when using Windows HDR. Okay. It's not telling me product information. Yes, 1080p. No, I can't do that one. I can't do the 1080p one. Daddy needs 4K. I think it's going to be this one maybe. Let's see here. 144 hertz. See, my monitor right now is 165 hertz. So it's kind of like, product information. No, this is 4K. Okay, now this one I may buy. This one I could buy. This is a 4K monitor, and it is $700, free shipping from Amazon. Oh, you can even qualify for $41 a month for 24 months. Oh, hell nah. No. Not for 12 months, maybe 24 months. Nah, y'all can kick rocks on that. So yeah, so so I wanted to just discuss that way. You guys, this is kind of a part 2 of what I talked about yesterday. So now you can have the matching tablecloth to it. So, but Xbox is gone full third party, and so we'll have to wait and see with Marlin, MBG, JTech, and the rest of them. Let's see how they're going to adjust to it. Let's see what they do. We're gonna find out, as you kids would say. We gonna, what is it, FAFO or something like that. So But all right, then, that's all I had for you. Pretty short. So glad Dragon Age is crashing. So he isn't. No, I mean Dragon Age is not. That's just it. Dragon Age sold over 1.3 million, but for some reason EA told their shareholders they're going to sell 3 million. That makes no sense because there's been no Dragon Age game since like 2014, so it makes no sense to believe that. It's just stupid. So I don't know why these companies overestimate their gaming sales. I don't get it. But Dragon Age isn't bad. I'm playing it now. It's not bad. So, it's not a bad game. So, I got it for like $40. So, but it's not a bad game. So, all right then. I will talk to you all later. You have a good Sunday. Have a great Sunday. And I will talk to you guys next week.